started. Alright. Hello everyone, Scott Flanagan here. Alright. That's like my plans for court tomorrow. My biggest hope right now is raining so bad out there. I'm hoping this rain doesn't get froze up by morning. Then if it's slick, it's got a sheet of ice all over the freaking streets and sidewalks. I don't know how I'm going to get to the courthouse. That's my biggest concern. Because if it's a sheet of ice all the way through to the courthouse, I don't know how I'm going to get to it. I have no car. I have to walk there to get there. So I don't know how I'm going to get to the courthouse. But my basic plans are, if there's no sheet of ice on the streets or anything, my plans is just I'm gonna put all my clothes I'm gonna wear tomorrow around my bed area. That's what I'm planning to do, and gather up a bunch of let it collect bed bugs. That's what I'm planning to do. That's the whole idea. I'm gonna have my clothes all around my bed, the ones I'm gonna wear tomorrow, even my coat. I'm gonna be loaded up with bed bugs. I'm gonna walk in that courtroom with bed bugs crawling all over me. Because I'm just hoping it don't go bad, but still, you know. Yeah, I said I have a fear of walking because it's raining right now. I'm afraid all is gonna turn to a sheet of ice. And it's gonna be a skate rink all the way to the courthouse. Last time we had a big snowstorm, I slipped 3 times just getting to the courthouse. There was this one lady that was kind enough to give me a ride the rest of the way, and that's what I'm concerned about. It's how I get there without hurting myself, if possible. That's what I'm worried about. I'm hoping it doesn't turn to ice all the way here from this morning. That's what I'm hoping. So, but yeah, I plan to go in the courtroom fully loaded with bed bugs. And maybe, hopefully, find some sympathy with me at this point. Because, bunch of crap. I'll be like that old man I saw on the bus, crawling bed bugs all over him. Yeah, so that's what my plans are. It's a bunch of crap, you know. So, that's one of my plans. No! You know it's raining outside currently right now. Right where you're at, you don't really worry about it that much. I'm gonna have to walk. If all this freezes up by morning, I have to walk to the courthouse from here to there with that slick of ice. It'd be like a skating rink only from there that point forward. It's raining out there right now. I don't want to end up in the hospital getting me hurt because I slipped and fall the way going to the courthouse. That's what I'm concerned about. So, man. That's why my plans are to go fully loaded bed bugs in the courtroom, crawling all over me. I'm gonna stick all my clothes around my bed that I'm gonna wear tomorrow, and my coat. Get loaded up with bed bugs. I'm just worried about turning to ice. That's what I'm worried about. And I hope I can make it there safely to the courthouse. According to my lawyer, that won't be like 4 or 5 months. That's what they said. Yeah. It's a bunch of crap. I think McKinley needs to be investigated. I think. Because I know they keep poor records, they don't communicate very well with people, and other things like that. Because it's messed up. That's why a lot of my problem I ran into, because they do not know how to communicate with people whatsoever. And they have whoever answers the phone down there in their office. Then I talk to one person here, there's one other person says something different. It's nuts. They should be investigated. Exactly. So I think they should be investigated. See what's really going on. I know they're understaffed, and I know they're probably underfunded too. So they're showing signs of that, definitely. So yeah. No, it's not. It's nothing to do with Section 8 tomorrow. It's basically how long it's going to determine if I'm going to be staying here by 10 days or the end of the month. That's what's going to determine tomorrow. But if it stayed at the end of the month, it might. If the landlord might be put me back in good standing again. Hopefully, as part of the. I'm hoping it's going to be part of the settlement. That's what we're trying to do. So, give you back in good standing with Section 8. So, that's the whole plan. So, right now, it's in the appeals process with Section 8. So, I have to still keep my Section 8 until that informal hearing comes around. So, I'll be still on Section 8 until then. So that's according to their rules. So after this month and stuff, and I get done with the landlord situation, and I get my stuff from DHS, hopefully help me pay my deposit and stuff and moving expenses. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. So I can move in my new place. Then while I'm waiting for the appeal to go through, to get to the court, to the date of court or whatever, and if I keep it or not, I'm gonna try to prepare myself if I do lose it. So that's why I'm making plans. When I move into my new place, I'm gonna have to set up, so I'm gonna have the roommate to move in, so I'll help pay half the rent at least. That's the plan. If I lose my Section 8, that should be covered. That should be all right then. It doesn't mean if I lose my Section 8, I'll lose my place to live. That's the good thing. I just had to pay full rent. That's all. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we are broke. That's for damn sure. So when I'm hoping I can find a roommate that I had over in Yash Street when it's just stayed for the week during the month. That'd be nice to get a roommate just like that. Stay 1 week in the whole entire month, but still pay for the full month's rent. I miss having a roommate like that one. That way I know what to spend. And he wasn't even practically there most of the time anyways. When he was in town doing his thing. So, hope I can find one just like that. That'd be cool. You know. But I don't want to deal with much of a roommate. That'd be cool. Cool. Very cool. But I highly doubtful. But oh man. I hope things go okay. I'll be back on tomorrow definitely though. Let you know how it went. It might take a little bit longer if I went bad because I'll be going through a period of a very depressed period. That's for damn sure. Yeah. It's crazy. People think it's the problem that is on welfare. That's not the problem. And I don't know when they're going to realize that. Welfare, getting rid of the welfare people is not going to solve the problem. I don't know when they're going to realize that. That's the thing down at City Hall. That lady I ran into at the end of the video. She was talking about her father worked for the street construction, whatever. He was the boss apparently. I guess they made a lot of mistakes downtown when they redid the streets and stuff. I guess they busted the street gas main and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. I don't know how much truth there was that behind it. I never really paid attention to it. So, I mean, I heard a couple things. Somebody went down a wheelchair down the sidewalk one time. I had to redo that whole sidewalk again because the person in the wheelchair was an ass, and he screwed up the sidewalk because of it because it wasn't fully dried. I know about that one. I heard about that one. That's crazy. And can't be too, bro, because we're demolishing homes too on a practically daily basis. And they increased the taxes on fuel, on gas. Yeah, for the worse, not for the better. That's for damn sure. you got to think of this. Who is really at fault at this point for people who are out of work and collecting welfare? Who does the hiring for people to get a job? Who decides who gets hired for that job? Not the people in welfare. Trust me, there are people out there that do want to have a job and work for a living. But these employers are making it real difficult for people just to find a job. You have to have certain criteria they have to meet, like a good work record. Like some people say, you need a GED or diploma. But the thing is, I've been lying on my application for that for a long time. That's not doing me any good. That didn't make a difference whatsoever. So I know they don't do background checks, so they're actually going to hire you. So that costs money for a background check. So they can't determine if you have a GED or a diploma without that background check. So it costs money to do a background check. So now they're going to be any employer, any sane employer won't be paying for every background check that comes. Every person applied an application in. So I'm not picky on really anything. I mean I don't care where I work, but I know most people are. Yeah, I do agree with that. I've seen that. I had a friend of mine. He was so picky what job he wanted to work at. He wanted a good best, but he had to work to get to that position. You just can't go in and get hired in right away for it. You got to start somewhere. Then you work your way up. That's how you do it. I had a lot of work back when I was working. I mean, a lot of jobs. And I had no problem finding a job after I lost that job. But a lot of that changed after about 4 years after 9/11. And it sort of went down the hole. Then I started getting real difficult finding a job. I worked a lot of temp services, a deco, and all that crap. I went through a lot of temp services. It's not free. You can't get everything on D12. You might only see maybe a warrant. They have a warrant. You're not going to get everything on D12. And besides, if they're not on D12, that means they haven't got caught yet neither. So, and besides, not everybody out there, your school records are not on D12. All it does, D12 contains is arrest records, warrants, and court dates. That's it. And fines and stuff. Oh my gosh. Where do you see that at? Unless you do a background check. I haven't found nobody. I can try to look you up, and I won't find anything about your school records unless I pay for it. It's not free. people assume that stuff. They cannot look him up unless you pay for the records. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can prove me wrong, I'll stand corrected. Yeah, I do believe I was rusty as hell. And I was nervous too. Because it's been a while ever since I had a job interview. I mean, it's been a while. Oh, again, they have the person who you have to sign a release of information. They can't just do that. Again. So I have to give permission to sign that over so they can see it. For anything in your Social Security records. Yeah, there is a law, I agree with that. But when you're in a desperate position, yeah, they can sue me, yes. But how much it costs for a lawsuit? It's not free. Or is it going to be worth the hassle for them? You got to consider that too. You just can't go get an affidavit and just fill it out and give it to the courts. You have to pay a fee to turn it in. And all that good junk. It's not that simple. No, yeah, of course. That's true. But I never got to that point to sign anything to release of any information. And every job that I was hired in, I never had to sign anything for release of information. They never really did the background check. All it was my work record was the biggest thing that they needed to know. It's my past history of work. That's all they needed to know. I don't know how many times I lied on the application and got the job. So. That's when I was in desperate need of finding a job. Yeah, 100. Yeah. Yeah, as if they're willing to pay the $100 to go through the hassle and to the courthouse to take you in. Pay for the lawyer fees because they're not going to do it themselves. They're going to have to pay for the lawyer also to even take you to court. Okay. Okay. I do computer repair for my self-employment. DJ. I do a DJ service. Uh, Pretty much for other for on self-employment also. Um, I mean, I love doing computers for a living. I've been through a lot of temp services. Problem is, with role playing at this point, I'm going to act totally different because I know it's role playing, not an actual for a job. But I'm going to be not. I don't have that anxiousness, or I'm not going to be nervous because I know I'm not going to get a job because stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do a role play when you know you're not going to get a job. I'm going to be calm as heck. It's going to be totally different from an actual interview. I don't even lie about my work. I'm self-employed. I'm not lying. I do computer repair service. I'm self-employed, and it's registered in taxes. So I'm not even lying about my work history. Oh yeah, and they're doing even that test also, that the work assessment test. They're having you do that also at temp agencies now too, which is a big mistake. They'll hire it on that basis also. But you got to think of this. Temp agency. What is a temp agency? Temporary employment. So they can let you go at that job at any moment's notice. Which I had a lot of trouble with a lot of the temp agency jobs that I went through all the temp services. Alright, man. You think we live in a perfect world today? And think they're actually going to actually take somebody to court over somebody for somebody lying on their application? Have you heard anybody been taken to court at all in your lifetime that has lied on their application? Wouldn't you think that would be news? From anybody. Think about it. Why? Problem is, my employment for McDonald's was in 2001. If I put that down, it's got to be more current than 2001. So I would only job that I have worked at is self-employment. So I'd be the only thing I would have to put for a work history, and there's proof of it. They're not going to take somebody who's like, what have you done for the past 15 or 16 years? That's one thing they're going to first ask, what you been doing for 16 years? For work. I've been a couple of interviews like that. They'll ask what you've been doing for that, or they'll ask you that on the application, what you were doing that period of time being out of work. Hmm. I did pretty much everything. I was being trained to be manager. It didn't work out. I made a stupid mistake. And it really did. You know, how do you know if I have a bad attitude? You saw in the interview. Do you see? Did it seem like I had a bad attitude at all towards the woman that was interviewing me in there? Did it seem like I had a bad attitude towards her whatsoever when I went in there? Think of that. Yeah, apparently I know you watched the video, my interview chat video. Did you see me have a bad attitude towards her whatsoever? I was kind to her and greeted her nicely. Been nice to her through the whole interview. No attitude. Whatsoever. I was being so nice to that lady. And when you went back in there to say I can be more flexible in my hours to her. I don't show any bad attitude towards people like that. So, I might show a bad attitude currently right now. This is how I feel. This is in my private home and on my internet, not in the store or restaurant or anything like that towards anybody. So. even before I did my YouTube stuff. I still had trouble finding a work before I even did my YouTube stuff. And then you're gonna say, assume because you did all those videos, I was still having problems with the work situation before I even did any YouTube. I didn't start my YouTube stuff till like 2-3 years ago. And I was still having trouble finding work. So that's an interpretation. You can take any attitude and interpretation by what you think of attitude is. You see me right now with the attitude, because this is how I feel about the whole situation. I'm being totally blunt in what's going on and being truthful. And I'm sick of trying to explain to people half the time and saying the same crap over and over again to people. And I think I'm trying to come up with excuses or trying to think I'm not the reason I'm trying not to work is a bunch of bull crap. I wouldn't be self-employed if I didn't want to work. I want to keep on trying to work for a computer repair or do a DJ service. If that was the case. Yes, not. But the thing is, other people are coming back in their comments and their opinions and stuff at me also. Oh, I do want to help. I'm not trying to complain what you're saying. I'm just putting what I'm going through on YouTube with a lot of other people. Not what there's other people. There's all more things. You're okay right now. I'm trying to, but the other people have said things. Or say that I'm coming up with excuses not to work, or they say I don't want to work. They say I want to live off welfare, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, you are being helpful. You're suggesting stuff what I should do. I mean, I'm taking it, but I'm just stating about what's going on. I mean, you assume I'm having an attitude to these people when I go on an interview. I don't have that attitude when I go in there. I want that job so badly. I'm doing my damnedest to try to get the job, and I haven't been in a job interview since maybe 2005. Since that one. Recently, from last year. That was my first job interview in years. See, when I was out and like, let's see, my grandfather, before he passed away, even tried to help me to go get a job. When he took himself out of his way, come to my house, pick me up, go out and put applications all over town, job for job for job for job. Before we did all this online crap now, where we can just put an application online. He put every effort in his being just to try to help me get a job. But none of those people did not even have made a phone call to me for an interview. I didn't call them, even show them my interest in that job, and still didn't get a call for an interview. I did the same thing at Taco Bell over here last year, over on Gansett Street there. I went back there constantly because I'm only 2-3 blocks down from that place. And they were hiring. But every time I got in here to check my application got deactivated. Every time. Oh. Gotta lose people? Wow. Nice. I was talking about thin air, apparently. I know. Oh well. I guess. Oh. Well, that's weird. Show nobody's online. Apparently you never worked with me before. I never. Oh, I am a totally different person when I'm on the job. A whole different person. I never said a company sucks and never even complained about a coworker ever. Yeah, the thing is, I love to keep the computer repair going. I mean, I already got established customers. I don't want to lose that, and I want to keep that possible going, even though I'm working at a regular job, because I don't want to ruin that possibility. I know, but most of the time, the hours I'm requesting is to fill the hours that I don't want. Those are the hours I'm asking for, actually. Because most of those hours are during the nighttime, the night shift. Well, I did have a resume, but the problem is, I don't know what to put on it anymore. I have to re-update my resume again. That's for sure. I don't know if I have a resume still in my computer, just laying around. I doubt it. probably don't have it anymore. Probably lost it. Now I would have to make a whole new resume again. That's popsicle. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, more willing to work at night. So I said I need to keep my days open for computer repair. That's for sure. I don't want to lose it. Yeah. I get a lot of scam emails even without that. I'm not really picky where I work at, but I'll take a fast food restaurant. If I had to, no problem. The problem is I can't, and I know I can't work at a manufacturer place because I can never make production. That was a lot of my problems with going through temp agencies because I couldn't make the production. I get most of my calls during the day, not at nighttime. And because that's where I get all my calls at, it's during the daytime. It's like this morning I had a bunch of calls for computer questions. People needed screen fixed, stuff like that, what it would cost. Like a guy this morning called me, asked me if I had any computer Windows 95 computers. I was like, whoa, I have nothing that old. Oh, well, I get all my calls during the day. Even though I don't have any business hours set on my website. So, most of my calls are during the day. I never really kept track. Sometimes I get days that ring up, my phone constantly ring off the hook for possible computer work. But sometimes I can't do the job because I can't do some of the repairs. Because they don't have the money to repair it. Not because I can't do the job, because they don't want to put the money to repair it. No, I don't. I'm not shady. No, I will never do that to anybody. No, I'm always good to my customers. I mean, if I don't fix it, I don't charge them. I don't do none of that. I try to make sure all my customer relations are really good at all times. I always put my customer first for anything. I never came across anybody with child pornography. I have came across a couple people with their computers locked out because of basically it was ransomed. But other than that, it's the only thing I had come across. Just because probably they downloaded something they shouldn't be downloading, or that happens. I don't question that whatsoever. I just there to fix the problem, and that's it. I don't. It's your guy. It's the customer's business what they do with their computer. I don't want to get into their personal life. I don't want to know their personal lives about what they do with their computer. That's hopefully it's nice. It's sanitary by the time I get it. That's all I hope. Yeah, I mean, thanks for being on, everything. I appreciate it. All right, next time. I'll be on tomorrow after the court when I go on, so you probably, I don't know if you'll be around or not. My court is at 8:30, so I'll probably be back on probably around 9 or 10 o'clock, maybe. Depends on what it takes to be down there. I might be back on around 10 o'clock that time. So just keep eye on me. We'll let you know what's going on. Hopefully it goes pretty good. Alright, you have a good one. I'm going to still be on, everyone. I'm not going off right now. I was just saying goodbye to Money Mike. Oh. Yeah, I am planning to go down, just go about with a bunch of bed bugs on me is when I'm planning to go down to the courthouse. When I go down there. With a shitload of bed bugs crawling over me. That's the whole plan. What they do, they just see they got a bunch of bed bugs crawl over my body. It's like, damn. Hey, it's from the place I live in. That's for damn sure. Didn't have bed bugs until I moved back here. Moved here. So. Yeah, there's a couple times had that people do that to me a couple of times, but it's very rare. I've come across somebody who couldn't pay me. It's very rare. I mean, I don't charge very much. So I don't know why they can't afford it in the first place. I'm not a very expensive computer repairman. So. Oh. Just DJ, he gets down, mixing records while they go round. Ugh. It was porn. Well, yeah. Well, if you want porn, safe porn, go get a Playboy magazine. Then you don't have to worry about viruses. Go get a subscription for Playboy. That way you don't have to worry about getting your computer infected. Be cheaper doing it that way, because that way you don't have to pay a computer technician to fix your computer every time. Oh yeah, hopefully it goes good tomorrow. So I'm praying and hopefully everything goes good. But I'm going to go there and worry about go the other way. I'm hoping it will go good. I'm praying to God, but I'm going to expect the worst too. It could happen. So, either way. Oh. Oh, I don't know. What can I entertain you with? The truffle shuffle? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Crazy, 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 crazy. I am so crazy. It's like, what to do? Mention how you have bed bugs at the Asian they will. Oh yeah, I probably will. Well, there's like I'll be it's like, oh wait, I got a bed bug crawling me. Wait a minute. Sorry, let me get this out. Here, see, squish it right in front of them. Probably freak them out right there. Too bad I won't be able to have a camera in there to record the whole situation and what's going on. That would be so awesome. But I'd probably get so much trouble if I did bring a camera and post it all over YouTube. Oh boy, that'd be the worst thing to do. That'd be something interesting though. But yeah, I mean, I'm planning to put my clothes around my bed. Let all these bed bugs get all over my clothes that I'm gonna wear. Even my coat, I'm gonna put on tomorrow. And I am going to walk with I'm going to try to avoid as much as possible scratching at my body and trying to kill the things until I get into the room with the mandation. They're all of them right there. Then I'm going to start picking them off me right there one at a time and trying to. It's like, oh my God! Wait one minute. Let me get this. Bed bugs. Sorry. That's what I'm going to start doing. Pretty much it. I'm going to try to hold from trying to kill them off until I get to that point, even though it's going to really be irritating, but it will probably be well worth it. It's like, eeh, that'd be so crazy. That's what I'm gonna plan to do. So maybe get the courthouse infested with bed bugs. Let me drop some eggs off at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that part would freak out. I'm gonna start squishing and feeling blood over my feet. Yep, that's a bed bug. Ugh. That would be nasty. That'd be so crazy. I wonder what they do if that happened. I'd be so curious. Would they postpone the court or something and have it removed? Or what? I don't know. Ex-hamster. What's ex-hamster? I misunderstood what you're saying on that. Apparently you didn't hear me. Let me type it in. So, am I losing people or? What I need to really do, eventually I'm planning to do it if I get the money to. I'm planning to get basically prepaid phone going for a purpose of people can just call me and say, Scott, you're on Scott Flanagan, you're on the air live. About ready to start doing stuff like that. That way, it's like it'd be all one shot. Get their voice out there, you know. Get a prepaid phone that so people have people call me. Ex-hamster. I don't know if you're on still or not, or you took off. Ba 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 da ba ba. Is this going to be? Da 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 da. I guess you're not coming back on, I'm assuming. Oh, that shit again. God. Really? No wonder people are getting kicked out or leaving. I think I went off the air. I hate when it does that. I'm still on the air. Why is it doing that? Well, I guess. I don't know what is going on with YouTube. I mean, at this point, I know that they've got 0 watches right now. I was in the middle of a conversation with Money Mike. I don't know. Oh, maybe he's back. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Why I'm losing, getting offline, disconnecting, whatever's going on. I don't know if it's the feed or whatever it is. Is this